We're back.
Hi everyone, welcome to depression-youarenot-alone.com. To my left is Shannon. Behind the camera is John.
I'm not behind the camera, I'm next to it.
Okay.
And
if
you are Lou.
If you want to be testicle about it.
Testicle.
And my name is Lou. First we want to say that, we lost a family member, actually John especially, lost his cat, Shithead.
Okay, that's a horrible name, but it was a loving cat. I mean, who names their cat
He was the
Shithead?
smartest out of the whole bunch.
Yeah, no doubt, but you don't name a cat Shithead.
And tell the story.
He's smarter than the dog and the other three cats.
Tell the story. You would let him out.
The name I'm talking
let
about.
him and the dog out.
Yeah, they go out in the morning, out back, they do their business, then they come back in together.
Together, a dog and a cat together.
Yeah.
Listen, that's great. I'm just talking about the name Shithead. Who names a cat Shithead?
I did.
Okay, well, it's too late to go back now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, clearly.
He was.
That was basically Shorty's cat. Our mother.
He was our mom's cat. The neighbors. Tell them what happened with the neighbors.
Oh, the neighbor took off. They left the cat.
They left Shithead?
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you adopted him?
No, listen.
Yeah, the cat was always hanging around our yard, or Shorty's yard, and so Shorty decided to keep him. They took off, and okay.
These people moved and abandoned the cat.
Disgusting.
There were two cats.
I wish them.
Two cats. We don't know what happened to the other one.
No, I don't even want to know.
They didn't take it.
I don't even want to know.
So we don't know what happened to the other one.
So our mom took this one.
Took that one.
And what about when these people came in a few years later, they came back?
Oh, yeah, the kid wanted the cat back.
Oh, hell no.
That's not gonna happen.
And our mom said, nope.
Nope.
Never in a million years.
They moved and abandoned their cat.
Out.
Yeah.
Go F yourself is what I would say.
And then our mom obviously took him in. I mean, John would have. You would have.
When our father had his cranial hemorrhage in the garage,
the cat. Yeah.
the cat kept. The cat was actually outside. No, that cat was inside. He went to the back door, and he started meowing and meowing. And Shorty's going, "What the hell's going on?"
Well, tell who Shorty is. Our mom.
Our mom, yeah. So she followed him into the garage, and that's when she found our
our dad.
He sensed it.
He sensed it, yeah, and he led her to him.
Yeah, no.
But he passed away. He was what, 15 or so?
No, he's more
17.
More than that.
He's more than that.
Big.
He was out. But he was fed raw chicken.
He was a big. But John fed him.
He's lost a ton of weight. I mean,
well, obviously
when he got older.
But he was a monster. He was like 20-pounder.
But you fed him. You fed him well. I mean.
Oh yeah, he got that.
Yeah.
They get fed better than I do.
Yeah, well, that's what we do with cats. They make us do things.
But we feed our animals better than we.
I spend more money on cat and dog food than I do on my food.
Yeah, well, that's
that's what they make us do.
Exactly.
But yeah, we just poor shithead. That sounds awkward to say. Poor shithead.
It sounds disgusting, but whatever.
He was a really great cat.
He was orange.
John buried him.
Buried him out in the front yard, and a couple of days ago, well, it was like the day or two after I buried him, I let Wimpy, the dog, out front.
The buddies.
Yeah, to take a.
And did he sit there while you buried him?
And I'm sitting out there on the bench on the porch. I'm going, where the hell is Wimpy? I go around. He's laying on
the grave.
Shithead's grave. Yeah.
Isn't that weird? I mean,
That's weird.
It's
just intuitive.
It really is. But
intuitive. Animal sense.
The three of us are animal lovers, so that's why I wanted to say that.
Huge animal lovers.
And I'm sure anybody viewing this too, odds are you probably are as well. In this episode, what I wanted to talk about is, I've said this from the beginning, from my very first podcast, that I wanted us to reach not just people battling depression or mental illness, but the friends and family of those that have hopefully will support someone in the family battling it or being there and not knowing what to do.
Yeah, because the worst thing is not getting support from family.
Yeah, exactly. But the problem is, too, a lot of people don't know what to do, and this is the issue, is when you think, if you have a child or a spouse or whatever, and you think you're going to be there for them, and you're going to get this reception of, oh, thank you, I've been waiting for someone to be here for me. That is not normally the case.
No.
I just want people to understand that I say this as a 58-year-old man that's been going through this my whole life and dealing with other people and working with other people as well through many years. it can be very frustrating. They can push back. And I'm going to talk about the pushbacks here, the different levels of, and different reasons. From one pushback to the very scary pushback. Again, from experience. One pushback is people don't realize they need help. They don't think they need help. They don't know what the hell you're talking about. And you realize it, other people may realize that they don't. That's one level, one degree. The scary degree is when they've given up. They don't want your help.
That's scary.
They don't want your help. For what? To do what? I'm done. I'm done. I don't need your help. There's nothing to help me with. I've given up. That's the other
degree of
extreme. That's a scary extreme. Of course, at that point, you really need to intervene. This is why people have interventions, right? Because if sometimes when someone hears it from one person, it doesn't carry as much weight. Again, and this not just about mental illness. This could be about a drug addiction, alcohol, where you have an intervention where a group of people are saying the same thing, or different things, but getting to the same goal, right? Where it sinks in.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It sinks
absolutely.
in. It's not just you saying it. It's you. Everybody's saying it. The reaching out, going out of your way. Understand this. The reward should be that you're doing the right thing. You may not feel this is rewarding because you're getting pushback.
And actually, you may even feel, depending on who that individual is, you could feel a lot of other things too, like awkward. You could feel like reaching out to that person, right? You could feel all these different things like, how do I do it? Should I do it? Like all these things are going through your head to reach out to that person, right?
I don't know how to do it.
I don't know how to do it. All these things are going through their head. You just got to do it in whatever way that you can. And there's no right or wrong with it. Just do it.
And
right?
You know what?
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Any way you can.
And sometimes if it's not natural to you, you pause.
Whatever you have to do.
You pause. You think of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Think of how should I approach this? I can't tell you how, because you know what?
No way.
I don't know that other person.
Right.
I don't know their personality. You do.
But I think they can figure it out.
You're closer to them. You know them. Some people, it works if you come at them, hey, boom, boom, boom.
Or they could be on...
Some people, total opposite. That is not the approach to take with them.
They could be walking on like tippy toes,
But
too.
that's what I'm saying is you can't have someone, let's say online, telling you, oh, this is what you got to do.
Yeah, no, that's not going to work.
Because we're all people, we're different.
Yeah.
And we have to approach it in the way that, based on the person we're dealing with. Bottom line is this, is results.
Yeah.
Getting results.
But it's especially hard with addiction.
Well,
It's hard.
depending on the situation.
It's hard with anything
course.
because you have to understand when someone's in a situation that you see and others see that is bad, they obviously are not seeing it, or they're in denial, or as I said, the scary part is they've given up.
Yeah.
That's the scary part. I don't need your help because I gave up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when you start having thoughts of suicide.
That's when you really, you know what, I don't care what it takes. If you need friends, family, everybody come together, grab them and take them and not leave them alone for 1 minute. Not for a minute. But, you know, and like I said, I've said this from the beginning. It's always been it's always been important to me to reach out to the family and friends because I've always thought this. I don't need so much to tell someone battling depression how they feel. They already know. I can share my experiences.
Sure.
But they're like, yeah, dude.
Been there.
I'm going through it.
Yeah.
You're telling me what I already know. But when you talk, when a family member or friend listens, and they're scared, they're confused, they don't know what to say, they don't know what to do.
How to approach them.
They can't talk to that person because that person is shut down. So hearing it from someone else, listen, whether it's me or someone else on YouTube, as you know, we've always encouraged people. Yeah, listen to us, but also go research other people as well and get an idea of how to handle things, right? We don't tell people, just listen to us, that's it. Because every situation is different. Every person is different.
Oh my God, completely different. But sometimes you don't want to get so carried away if you're at that touch point where I don't know what to do. Do I listen to this person, this person, this person? If you're in that scenario,
right, but
sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and just do it.
But you're the one that knows
The
that
person the best. Yeah. That's
I
my
don't.
point. That's my point.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know that family member or friend
But you do.
struggling. I don't know them, so I can't tell you, just do this.
That's my point. Exactly.
So first you need to know who you're working with, what the situation is.
Yeah, of course.
What is the situation? Is it drug addiction? Is it depression? What is it? You're the one that knows that.
Yeah.
We don't, right?
No, of course. How would we?
So this generic explanation of do this is wrong. It's wrong. It's detrimental.
There's no one size fits all.
No, it's detrimental.
No way.
No.
There are people that you can talk to them and they'll be grateful. You know what? Thank you. I've been struggling, and
Yeah.
I appreciate
That's a good
you
step
being there
right
for
there.
me. And then there's a situation will be like, "What are you talking about? I don't need your help. There's nothing wrong with
Of
me."
course. There's different levels to it.
Different levels, different personalities,
Absolutely.
different situations.
Resentment. All kinds of stuff.
Actually, yes. Actually, what you just said is right.
Mm-hmm.
Resentment. Oh, so something's wrong with me?
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's
You're
something
attacking
wrong
them?
with me? You're
Yeah.
attacking me now?
It's-
And then they get defensive.
That's why you got to be gentle with certain people,
Yes.
depending on who they are. But you'll
we
only
don't
know that.
know.
You're the only one that
Right,
will know that.
and we don't know that. And the thing is this. If you're looking for a reward or a thank you, you're barking up the wrong tree.
Don't be, please.
The reward is this. You were there for someone you cared about.
And that's what's most important.
That's your reward. Not them thanking you,
Yeah, no.
not them whatever. You did the right thing.
Exactly.
That should be your reward.
It's enough.
But we know we live in a society where we want
Instant gratification.
rewards, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I did this. Hey, where's the applause?
Well, you can say
I
it to
need
yourself.
applause.
You can say it to yourself.
No, you don't need it. You all, in my opinion,
No,
when you do the right thing, you did. If you do all you can and you did the right thing, you don't need anyone patting you on the back.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, if that person is one of those people that needs that kind of, they need that feedback, just pat yourself on the back. Don't tell anybody about it.
If you want to pat yourself on the back,
Yeah,
pat yourself on the
that's
back.
it.
The most important thing
Just
is,
help.
you know what? There's a thing called empathy.
Yeah.
You think about other people.
Help.
You think about other people. And
Help
you
others
help someone
in
else.
need.
And it's not about you.
Help others
Because
in need.
to be helpful to someone else, you have to grasp the concept that it is not about you. When someone is in need and you reach out to help them, it's not about you, it's about them.
Yeah. They're suffering. They're struggling.
So if we can clear our minds of, well, what's in it for me?
that's wrong.
If we can clear our minds of that, then you'll be helpful to someone
Yeah,
else and have
exactly.
empathy for someone else. You may not totally understand what they're going through.
That's fair.
Understood. It is not your job to understand what someone else is going through. You can try to imagine how they feel. Fine. But you don't have to put yourself in their shoes and now you know.
Yeah.
No, because you won't.
No, you can't. You
That's
can't.
fantasy
You can't.
land.
Yeah.
All you have to understand is this. My friend or my spouse or whoever needs my help and I'm going to be there.
Yeah. That's what they need to hear.
That's your reward that you were.
Somebody's there for them.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
But we, unfortunately, sometimes I feel like a negative
Well,
Nancy.
it's called stepping up.
I know, but sometimes I feel like a negative Nancy, and John does, because him and I, we talk about stuff like this, where people feel like, what about me, right?
Yeah, it's the what's in it for me syndrome.
What's
Okay,
in it
we're
for
not
me?
17 years old, okay?
You were
This
17
is-
once?
We're not
Okay,
17 years
I
old.
don't know what that means.
I don't either.
No,
idea
because
what that means.
17-year-olds would think that.
No, I'm sorry, there are children that commit suicide.
There are way too many.
And I'm trying to do this without getting emotional. There are children that commit suicide. The parents know something's wrong, and they do nothing.
No, I'm talking about the negative Nancy.
Okay.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
And they do nothing.
No, it's a phase. They'll get over it. Whatever.
That we've talked about this before. Anybody who's watched our videos knows that gets to me. It's not me. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's not about you. But these situations exist.
You
These
just gotta step
situations
up to the plate.
exist. And to me, it's heartbreaking that a child, that anyone
Or anyone.
would take their lives. Now, if it's someone that has a disease, they know they're not going to survive, and they decide they don't want to suffer, they don't want to put this on their family.
That's perfectly understandable.
To me, I believe that person has that right to make the decision.
Yeah.
It's none of my business. It's none of your business. It's none of your business. Anything.
It's no politician's business.
Nobody's business. That's their life. If they say, you know what, I know, because we went through it.
Yeah.
If I can tell you that to me, it's a done deal. I'm not putting my family through, or my children through that. If I knew that I've got 6 months or 3 months, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But that's my decision because I have a right. But a young person that has their whole lives ahead of them, or even a person in 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, is battling and struggling in a situation right now that they can't get past it, and they take their life, it's unacceptable to me. It's just not. And when they do it because they don't have anyone else, people there for them, it's just not acceptable. So the point I want to make is, don't expect a thank you. You know?
No.
Don't be doing it because you want to thank you.
That should be the obvious. And I would imagine when someone has someone they care about, they're not thinking about themselves. They're really thinking about
It's
that
all
person.
different.
Right.
I would think that's natural. They're thinking about that person. But when they face the pushback, and some people might say, really? Here I am trying to help you and you're pushing back? Understand.
Well, that's natural.
They're struggling.
Yeah, that's natural. For them
They're
to push back.
struggling. Let them push back.
Because they're going to.
Let them push back. But you don't
Be
give
there
up.
for them,
You don't walk away because they pushed back. You don't get offended because they pushed back.
That's a normal
You
response.
have an understanding that they're struggling through something. I am not.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'll let them push, let them push, let them push. But guess what? I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm still here. I'm here for you no matter how much you push.
But the point is don't
But
give
it's
up.
hard.
Yeah,
It's hard.
It is hard.
And it's hard because when people don't have experience in it, they get confused.
Yeah, for
Wait
sure.
a minute. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
And you're pushing me away?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Keep on handling
That
it.
happens.
Yeah.
Happens
Oh
a
my
lot.
God, does it ever?
Right, but you don't just say, "Oh, so I'm trying to help. You're pushing me away. So I'm out.
giving up.
That's it. I'm
giving
out.
up.
I'm
No,
out.
don't
Too
ever
much
give
trouble.
up.
I'm not. I expected you to welcome me with open arms and thank me for your help.
That's not how it works.
That
Don't
is
work that way.
not reality.
No.
I'm just saying this. Listen. I understand. People understand this. They've been through it. Get it. But some people have not. It's new to them,
It's new. Totally new.
and they just are shocked.
They give up too quick.
They're shocked that I'm here for you and you're pushing me away.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, you don't give up.
No, don't.
Strength, giving up is not a sign of strength. If
No,
if
it's
your
not.
family member or friend is battling something, they're at a weak moment right now. And if you're just going to wash your hands because you're weak too, where's the help?
No help. That's it. That's it then.
I mean, look at your dad taking care of your mom. We took care of our mom and our dad. You step up. You step up.
And you keep stepping up.
You keep stepping up.
Keep
Whatever it
stepping up.
takes.
You keep the flow going.
But I just say this because
It's not a one-shot deal.
To me, it's actually sad that I have to even say this, but
Mosquito.
it's just the time that we're in. It's the reward for me.
Yeah, so what's in it for me?
What's in it for me? Exactly.
Nothing's in it for you.
Where's
so stop.
where's my pat on the back for helping you?
That's not what it's about. It's about them.
That for someone who feels like that. That's weakness. You're weak.
But we're here not to talk about. I mean, we're here to let you know. Step up, keep the flow going, be positive.
Well, thank you for saying that.
Don't back down, kind of thing.
Exactly. I think that's what pretty much we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And don't be one of those.
Right, but the important thing the point I want to make is you're going to face resistance more times
100%.
than not.
100%.
More times than not. Again, to sum up, for someone who's not experienced in dealing with someone battling a mental illness or alcoholism or
Whatever the
drug
case is,
addiction, you think you're going to step in and they're going to go, oh, thank you.
It's not reality.
It's not reality. So you keep pushing. You keep pushing. You don't walk. And you show them as well. Because they may be feeling, especially with depression, where you're doubting your self-worth. You're feeling like you're not worth anything. You've given up. But you see that person in your life is not. They're not giving up on you. That is inspiring. That could be enough to get someone to say, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. Because when someone's given up, I've been there. I've been there. When someone's given up and there's no reason anymore. There's no reason to do this anymore. But you have other people that don't give up on you. It's enough for you to say, I'll get help.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Because even though you may feel like you're worthless or it's just not, it's pointless, no one cares, and you're getting the caring, they're not giving up on you. It can motivate someone to say, then I can't give up either.
Absolutely. It may take some
I'll
time,
try.
but yeah, absolutely.
It can take time and work.
And that's what you have to put the time. You have to put the time in and not give up.
It can take time, work, and
a lot
effort.
of time.
But is it worth it?
Absolutely.
It's someone you care about.
Yep. Absolutely.
We can't go on forever with when someone is gone saying, "Oh, I knew there was something."
Sure.
Yeah. Wow, you did. What did you do?
Nothing.
Nothing. Wow. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Great to hear. You did nothing. I'm going to say this again. How many times have I said this? What is nothing? What is doing nothing? Nothing.
Nothing. Doing nothing.
Doing nothing is nothing.
Zero, zilch, nuka, nich.
May take some effort, but
Each.
listen, folks, when you care about someone, you do what you can.
Step up.
You step up.
You step up.
We're going to be back in a split second. John's going to, I don't know, go get a massage or something.
Oh my
I have no
God.
idea what he's going to do.
Yeah, get something to drink.
But we'll be back in 1 minute.
We're back.
We're back, everyone. And Shannon informed me that I cut her off on something, so I apologize.
Well, I was just making a comment, and you chimed in a little too soon. I didn't get to. Well, it's okay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What was it?
No, the point is, it's over. No, go ahead, talk.
No, go ahead. What was it?
Remember what we discussed earlier.
So she forgot.
Of course, naturally, because he did not. Okay, what a weirdo.
Oh, really? I'm weird.
You're the weirdo there. I had my point, and I forgot it, and I remember at that point in time that it was important to me, and you cut me off.
Well, you can elbow me or cut
I
me
should
off
have.
if you want.
Well,
absolutely.
Remember what he said: elbow, or
Yeah.
cut him off. I'm going to do
Or
it
say,
next
let
time.
me finish my point or whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just throw your tea at them.
Yes, I'm going to
No
do
problem
that.
with
There.
But you know what we just talked about helping someone. It does not replace getting professional help when needed. We're not saying that, hey, listen, you need to solve the problem yourself, because that can be very scary for someone.
No, that's not what we're saying.
Right? That can be very scary. Okay, oh my God, my son is suicidal. I have to solve the problem. No, you don't.
No, you
but
don't.
you have to at least work to the point of getting him help.
Yeah.
Or her, or whoever. Doesn't matter.
Just the initiative, or baby steps.
I know the feeling of giving up. Of it's not worth it anymore. I'm done. I know that feeling. Been there. Been there 3 times. And we're going to do an episode when I'm ready. You know what it is. You know what it is. Of what changed everything for me. The turning point. The resentment. Resentment towards, it was my mom that I had, the guilt that I had, all of it, all of those feelings. It's a cluster, you know what, of what it was.
And when you're ready, you'll talk about it.
We're going to talk about that at sometime soon, because I want to put that behind me, and I haven't yet.
Okay.
And I've only told 3 people in my life. 2 of them are sitting here. 2 out of the 3. But I want to get that behind me. And to me, talking about it, I can put it behind me. Not that I forget, but it helps. Talking helps. It helps. When someone is struggling, they shut down. They don't talk anymore. They're struggling. If you can get them to speak, to tell you how they feel. Again, it's not up to you to solve the problem. So don't feel scared that I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
but I have
that you have to take all this, feel all this pressure. I'm the only. Wait, hold on. They could. There is a situation where maybe that person is the only one. There's only a daughter and a mother. They're the only person.
Let's see that as a starting point.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's make sure we understand. There's a bug.
We have a few mosquitoes out here.
That could be a starting point if you're the only person.
Yeah.
It's not all on you.
No, it's not. But you're a stepping stone.
Don't get scared.
No.
Don't be intimidated that, how am I going to solve this problem?
Right. Don't be.
If you can at least gain their trust, lift them up enough to where they feel, okay,
Yeah.
I'll go get help. I'll okay. From that giving up point.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
That's your huge stepping stone right there.
You can possibly save a life.
From that point right there.
And I'm not
Absolutely.
exaggerating.
No, I'm in agreement with you.
I'm not being dramatic. I'm
That's your
literally
first step.
saying you can possibly save a life
Absolutely.
of someone you care about.
And then there's resources that you use.
And then,
you
yes,
find.
and you research, you figure out what to do, because that person might not be in a state of mind to be able to do that. This is why when you're struggling, you need someone else. Because when you're struggling, you're not thinking right.
No, you can't.
Or
You
like I
can't.
said, you've given up. When someone's given up, trust me when I tell you this, when someone has given up, their thought process is much different.
Of course.
There is no need for anything. There is no need for help. There's no point in it. I've given up. Leave me alone. That's how people think. Because I was there, I know. I know some people might say, wow, that's over the top, or that's crazy, or whatever.
No,
Call whatever you want.
Leave Me Alone is a perfect example of what the rebuttal would be from somebody. Leave
In
me alone.
many cases, leave me alone. I don't need your help. I don't want your help. And if you can't be that person that says, "Oh, okay, then never mind," and walk away.
No matter how argumentative or hostile they are, you just don't give up.
Again,
They can be angry
you
too.
know that person.
Yeah, you do.
I
Yeah,
don't.
I don't either.
We don't. That other person. We don't
But
know
it
them.
exists.
So you know how to approach the situation.
Or you learn how to approach it.
Or you learn. And you pause. And don't jump into
Yeah.
it without thinking.
Yeah,
Be strategic.
you have to be.
Because you're dealing with someone's life.
Yeah,
So you be strategic.
yeah.
Again, not up to you to solve everything.
No.
And if you're a mom or a dad and it's your child and you think, well, I'm a parent, I'm the one that solves the problems here. A lot of times the problems are over your head.
Absolutely.
They're not for you to solve.
You can't solve them.
Set your ego aside. Brush the ego aside because, again, it is not about you. It's about that person that needs help.
That needs a lot of help at times.
Now, there's another issue.
Oh, that sounds like
Bullying has been an issue forever. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah.
Bullying has always been an issue. But now we have other forms of bullying. And John is
Yeah.
going to explain that.
Well, now we got cyberbullying, which most kids are online, and they get bullied online, which has led a lot of kids to commit suicide. But we're gonna on the website we're gonna have another series on cyberbullying. We did it last year. We're just gonna redo it again.
Do you have your microphone on?
No,
Okay.
and it'll be I don't know, it's 5 or 6 days. One episode each day. It'll start on Tuesday. So we'll go from there.
So starting Tuesday, we're going to have, and our website is depression-youarenotalone.com. And we have articles about, I mean, you name it, right?
It's not 100%
No, it's not all depression.
mental health or depression, but
Or even mental health.
yeah, we have to have a mix.
Or even
And
mental health.
yeah.
We talk about pets. We have recipes every week.
I mean, we've had people email
Jokes.
us. Yeah, we've had
Jokes.
people email us that they like the format because
Yeah.
they get tired of going to websites where it's just about depression
Yeah, and
or just about addiction.
it may
or
not apply to
whatever.
everyone.
Yeah.
You know,
Of course not.
but we post articles about pets. We post articles about recipes, jokes, things happening currently in health, mental health, and physical health.
Well, let me
I mean, you
let
name
me
it.
stop you. Pets are extremely therapeutic.
Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah,
letting us
we
know
didn't know
that.
that.
We had no idea.
Okay, you're on your own.
No, go ahead. Finish your.
No, but they are. Like, I am the biggest animal lover out there.
Yes.
I literally am.
Yes, you
I will
are.
defend any animal, and I will help any animal out there. But for somebody that's going through depression, cancer, whatever, you name it, I feel that a pet, as long as they can take care of them, or somebody in the family can take care of them, for that person that's going through the depression, the cancer, whatever the case may be, is therapeutic, and it can bring love and life to them, and it can make them feel better. But I think some people don't want that responsibility, right? If somebody's going through depression and they're not able to function very well, that child or daughter or whatever,
That's actually a great sign, what you just said. When you have someone who you know loves their dog or their cat, and all of a sudden they're neglecting them,
That's a big sign right there.
that's a sign. Folks, there are many signs, but what Shannon just said about someone who has their pet, you didn't just say that, but what you brought up a great point, is if you see them neglecting the pet that they adore, that is a huge sign, man. That is huge. We actually this
Big
morning, you know, we pick up Twitter friends all the time. We picked up a Twitter friend this morning, and today's Saturday. if she's watching, she'll probably say, "Oh, they're talking about me." Where she said she has been battling depression. If it wasn't for her baby, and she mentioned her dog's name,
Right.
and she had a picture, she said she wouldn't be here.
Oh yeah.
So
It's comforting.
This is
It's comforting.
that's a true story. We picked up a new Twitter friend. We picked up not just one, but that one stuck out to me because we're animal lovers. So, that one stuck out to me. Actually, I responded beautiful. Was my response to that tweet when she tweeted that to us. But yeah,
Animals can do so good for people.
Not when you're trying to sleep and you get a cattail sitting in your face.
Fair enough.
well,
But-
I go through that every day.
But
Yeah.
when somebody's lonely and they're withdrawn and they're like, desocializing from everybody, sometimes it takes a little small thing to make their day, which it takes thought from either the daughter, the child, the friend, the neighbor, whomever, to get them an animal, as long as that person can take care of it, right? Depending on the situation, of course, always. What level of depression or
where
whatever
they
they're
are,
going-
their mindset.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Even a drug addiction where they're
It
they're
depends.
no longer able to even care for it.
Yeah, well, that would be a different circumstance, of course.
But-
But sometimes it can bring a lot of enlightenment, and that gave them purpose.
But it's scary. Even if it's a drug addiction, right? Would you agree?
It could be anything. Yeah.
Even if it's a drug addiction, we're not all about just depression. Even a drug addiction. Let's say you have a friend or a family member that's a huge animal lover. They have their baby, and you can see they no longer can even take care of their pet.
Well, that's the different scenario. Yeah.
That is a sign.
Well,
there are so
that is
many
sure a sign.
signs. Sometimes people may say they don't want to see things because in their gut they see the signs, but they don't want to deal with it.
Oh.
It's scary.
You need to.
I understand. They need to. We can say they need to. We can say that, but sometimes it's scary.
Of course.
It's scary to deal with that.
Absolutely, 100%.
But when the signs are there, again, not just depression.
It's not easy.
It could be alcoholism. It could be
yeah.
drug addiction. It could be so
Anything.
many issues. And they don't walk their dog anymore. Or they don't feed their dog or cat or whatever. Or they don't even care about them anymore.
Or they don't take the dog out to the dog park anymore.
They used to take them for a drive in a car all the time, right? You start to think that, because that person would do anything for their pet before they would even do it for themselves, right? That's what we do with pets. They just run our lives,
Okay.
especially cats.
Yeah, mine eat better than I do.
Especially cats. Cats are like, okay, this is what you're going to do. I'm going to make a list of things you're going to do. And we do them. But when you see someone that's no longer even doing that, they've given up on themselves. If they've always put their pet before themselves and now they don't even care about their pet, that's a sign.
Oh my, that's a huge
It's
sign.
a scary sign. A sign of time to jump in.
Or another sign is them not taking your calls, them not.
Those are the obvious ones.
Well, yeah. Well, they might not be obvious to everybody.
What's really
they
scary
might not be obvious
is
to
if
everybody.
they give up their pet. If they decide to pick up their dog and they turn them into the
There's so many.
You
there's
want
so
you
many
want
signs.
you want
That's a scary sign.
you want the main scary signs? When you see someone that's making decisions. Getting rid of a pet, for example. Passing on a pet. Giving their things away. Where they've made a decision that I'm out. I'm done. I remember the calmness of making a final decision. Of actually thinking straight. Thinking I was thinking straight.
Yeah, you were thinking you were thinking
I was
straight.
thinking straight. But that calm feeling, that euphoria of, I'm going to be done with this. That is another sign. A sign of a danger of suicide, a risk of suicide, is when you see someone turn
180.
and become so calm and relaxed and don't talk to you about anything. because they've made their
Which,
decision. There are so many signs, and it's not up to you to know all of them. It's not up to me. It's not up to any of us. But it's up to us to say, I need to do something.
Well, you know what else? To piggyback off that, another one, not agoraphobia, right? But a person that, well, it's kind of like it. I mean, they may not be agoraphobic, but it's like they're agoraphobic because they don't want to come out of the house. Their blinds are always closed. It's dark. You know, it's just when you walk into the house.
That's called shutting down.
Well,
They've shut
naturally.
They've shut
but
down.
everything is dark in the house. If it's dark in the house,
they don't want to see people.
They don't want to see people.
Because there's no point anymore.
There's no point anymore.
It's natural to us to interact with other people.
Well,
and especially
normally.
When it's someone that is always been very social. When they shut down, to them, again, it's not up to you to figure it out, but just think about this. They've done a 180 here. They're no longer who they used to be.
Yeah.
Because they're giving up.
But you know what? There's a couple of things that you could do. You could try. This is in my opinion.
No, I don't agree. I don't think you can try. You have to.
No. You could. Where I was going with that was you could put on a little bit of simple music, whether it's jazz, something light and fluffy.
Right.
Right. Just try it.
To who? The person going through it?
Yeah, the person going through it. Just try it. Just put it on the channel low, to where they can hear it, but they can fall asleep. They can function, whatever. Little jazz, a little soft, light rock music.
Yeah, but that's another problem. A lot of people that love music and all that give up on
but
it.
that's my point. My point is, if they've gotten to that point,
anymore.
But the point is if they've gotten to the point where they don't want to socialize with anybody.
Let me give you a point. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I want to give you this point. I had 3 beautiful children. I had parents, brother, aunts, uncles, cousins, nice home. None of that mattered. None of that mattered at that time.
Didn't say it was going to.
None of it.
But you can try it.
Yes. And what you said, we've recommended it, you've recommended it, we've all picked your songs. Yes, absolutely. Get yourself out of it. But this episode really is not focused on the person going through it. It's focused on, people around that person. That's our focus on this because we're limited on time. We don't want to go on for 3 hours. Though I could talking about this, but we're not going to, of course. But yes, you're right. Or if you like jogging or walking or fishing, right? Get yourself working on yourself. I'm sorry, that's the main thing. But it's like you get to a point where once you get to that low point and fall off that cliff, you need help.
Oh,
People need help. Man, they've gone too far. Too far gone. If you leave them alone, it's wrong.
Well, just like my mother. And now, of course, she's not going through suicide or anything like that, or depression. Well, she is going through depression because she has Parkinson and Lewy body. So I sent her the piano music that my mother had texted me when she was, fruitful in the brain. And I sent it to my dad, and my dad played it for my mother, and my mother, she had no recollection of it. She didn't remember anything. She didn't know where it came from. But she loved it, and it put her in a good mood.
Oh, music is so powerful.
Well, but it was a pianist.
Right?
It was a pianist.
Yeah, music, I mean.
And Dad said, I have her CDs here, and I still need to send them to him. Send me those CDs because it made my mom alive.
Yeah, and they've done
she had no recollection of it.
They've done tests on people that, their minds are not right, whatever. They'll play certain songs, certain music.
Yeah.
And they see their reactions on how they react to certain music. Music is so powerful. It really is.
No, but it really is.
And if music was something that person appreciated before they were in a situation, even possibly stronger.
Yeah.
And she didn't remember any of it, but she knew she liked it. And she was in a impeccable mood. She was ready to get on her walker with help and go eat. And then, of course, she went downhill after that. But it got her in that good mood.
The brain is amazing.
A simple thing like a song did that.
The brain is just amazing.
It clearly is.
And people
Clearly
have
is.
not, to this day, we can put probes on Mars, but still have not figured out the brain completely. You know?
No, probably
Yeah,
not.
Still working on
we
it.
won't ever be able to,
Still working on
apparently.
it. The
Not
brain
in our
is
lifetime.
brain is just amazing.
And a lot of other things, but whatever.
But, and again, our website is depression-youarenot-alone.com. If anyone has any questions,
Ask
us. We're not
Yeah,
saying
that's what it's about.
we're going to solve your problem.
not gonna solve
That's
them.
not what we're here for.
But we're here.
But if we can help in any way, sending you in a different direction, whatever to help you, we will, because that's why we do this.
Advice, simple advice,
but
whatever.
Don't give up on yourself, and don't give up on someone you care about.
Oh gosh, don't.
Because you should know by now the examples of those we've lost. And I'm going to say celebrities, not that celebrities matter more, but those we know, right? You don't know people that lived in the other town, someone that committed suicide. But you know of celebrities.
That's all we know about.
That's what we know. We can relate, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, so-and-so
Yeah,
did this,
for sure.
so-and-so did that. And as I've said many times, after these people take their lives, you'll see documentaries from friends and family. I've said this many times. Wow, I knew there was something.
Don't be that person.
And then my question is always this, okay? What did you do?
Don't be that person.
What did you do? Nothing?
You grab the bull by the horns now, so you prevent that from happening in the future.
And to go back, because we're going to leave here in a second, but just to say this. Don't look for a reward. Your reward is you were there to help someone.
That's your, exactly. No
Pat on
reward.
the back, pat yourself on the back once you've done a good job helping that person that you care about.
Selfless.
Exactly.
Selfless.
Help that person. Help them get help. And then pat yourself on the back because you
And-
did the right thing. If you want, if you need that.
And now, anytime's the best time, but now more than ever because it is the holiday season. That's the worst time.
Yes, and that was our last episode too about
Yeah,
the holidays
that's the worst
and how
time.
difficult things
So,
are.
go out of your character if you have to.
And folks, go to our website this week or anytime for any articles of
Whenever.
anything you can imagine. But on what John said for the cyberbullying, which will start on Tuesday.
Whenever, yeah.
It'll be on Twitter too for our Twitter followers. It'll be posted every day, of course. And please follow us on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. And we really would appreciate if you can subscribe. It's free.
Yeah.
And give us a like as well. We appreciate your help, your support. We really do. So we will see you next week.
Thank you. Take care. Have a good weekend.
From the crew here, listen to everyone. Be well, and we'll talk to you next week.
See
Take care.
you.